All right, so on this young lady, she gets a straight stovepipe. So all we're gonna do is layer from the bottom to the top in one layer. Instead of one layer up and one layer down, she's just gonna get one layer up, up, up. You keep the layers tighter together on this method. So her overlap, like I just barely see that color. So it's more than a 50% overlap. It's like a 2/3, 3/4 overlap.
That one is so tight. I feel fucking 100 kilo on the bar.
That ain't gonna make it.
I have 52 kilo legs, not 47 kilo legs.
Nah, I just didn't pull them quite as tight. So the other thing is where you put that pull through. Because a lot of lifters, if you put the pull through under the bottom of their kneecap, it tends to push your kneecap up. And basically, you can't push your kneecap down, but you can push it up, and up is extremely uncomfortable. So what we try to do is put that pull through point above the top of the kneecap or just slightly off to the side. If you put it on the top, it's fine as long as it's not right over the middle of the kneecap. Now, method number 2 is also stovepipe, but it's up and down. For that method, you have to do a further overlap. Your overlap can't be more than 50%. Now, Chris is a bigger guy, and you might not be able to stretch those wraps out enough to get him a double stovepipe up and down. Lindsay's a different story. Her legs are smaller, and it's a lot easier on her, but she doesn't really like it. So it's one of those things where each lifter is a little bit different, and you got to try out different methods. So this will be up and then back down. So when we pull the tail through, the tail is going to be underneath his kneecap, maybe right in the middle. So for this one, yeah, make sure you get enough stretch on these. Otherwise, it's not going to go. But your first overlap has to be like way far apart. So this is your 50% mark in the middle. So if you get that 50% mark on there, on each one, right, that'll let you get up and then back down. The good part is the tail, put that strap, so the tail, obviously his leg is smaller underneath his kneecap than it is above his kneecap. Some bigger lifters like Chris, this is especially important that you can get that right there. So his kneecap is here. So we make sure that if we put this pull through right here, it's going to push his kneecap up, and that's what's really uncomfortable. So you got to make sure if you go up and back down that you get the bottom end has to be like way below the kneecap. So it's not pushing the kneecap up, all right? Now, method number 3 is we'll call an X or a crossover. Chris doesn't actually like this method, so it's a good thing Chris isn't actually squatting. We're just doing this for demonstration. We used to use this method with Lindsay, and same thing, just something happened where it tweaked her knee, and after that, we just could never use this method ever again. I use this method when I use the 3-meter wraps, which you basically can't use in USAPL, IPF, Powerlifting America, I don't even think you can use 3 meters in USPA. 3 meters, you can use them 365. I don't know about RPF. I think you can use 3 meters there. On the 3 meter rep, I can get enough revolutions that I can use the crossover. If I'm not using crossover, I'm using 2.5 meter reps, then I'll use double over 2 meters, sorry, not 3, 2.5. I'll use up and then back down. So this is the crossover. Also, other thing, we always wrap out, right? We always wrap out. Some people don't do this, and it's something that I believe is super, super, super important, right? So this one, we need a pretty generous amount overlap. So this is already at the top of his kneecap. So I don't have to do this one over the top. So this one, I can go back over. And then this one, right, is going to go back over here. So we just made an X, right? Where's the strap? So we're going to have to get the strap over on the side a little bit. And we've got just enough. And we're good. So there's your X right over the top. If that X is too far under the bottom of the kneecap, again, same thing. It's going to push the kneecap up. It's very, very uncomfortable for most people. So this right here is pretty good. He'd probably be good to go with this one, but he doesn't necessarily like it. So that's it.